we have it working. So we cut this, place this install. So more or less I'm gonna go test this whole thing out now, just to see if this physically fits inside the steering column, aligns the motor where I want it to be, and if it does, fully tack weld it. If it doesn't, break the tack down and redo it again till it's perfect. So the steering column is mounted, the tack welds work, everything seems to be in place. The hard part is done, just gotta weld it up, mount it, and then cut the rest of the shaft that goes inside, and that should be able to do it. The wheel moves up and down. So this is what I mean when I say I had to just flip the bracket backwards. So it's basically mounting upside down. So I was able to get 2 bolts in. So that should be more than enough to actually, you know, keep it in place. Because on the all-wheel drive one I have 2 bolts in. If you want to make 3, you just got to make a new plate, and that should be able to align everything. But I may do that next, but for right now the 2 bolts is good. So far everything works. I'm gonna mount the whole column back up, make sure everything is in fact good, and if it is, keep trying again. So that's the factory mounting holes for the clamshell. They're basically in the factory location. The only thing I'm worried about now is maybe because the motor's kind of heavy, so whenever I try to do the tilt function, I could still do it, but it's a little bit more difficult. So I'm thinking I do in fact have to make another bracket, just so this could flip around the factory way it's supposed to be, and just move it up, because right now if I turn it back the way it should be, it's going to be touching the motor itself. So but right now it's the same way I have it in my CB7. I drive it like this, no problem, and never had an issue. So right now I just bolted everything back in, so more or less this is the fixed location where it's going to be. I think this is going to be good. You have plenty of feet clearance, it doesn't interfere with anything. So far the only thing I see is you can't run this bracket anymore, and you cannot run cruise control. Those 2 has to come out, because where the pedal will go for cruise control, this is going to hit it, the motor is going to hit it. So right now the only thing I'm gonna do is just take this out, have it welded up. So we're back working on the Accord with the electric power steering rack. So we have this section completed. Now we're just gonna work on the second half. So internally the shaft is splined, the outer casings are welded up to the correct length, so basically it should just bolt right in. We're gonna work on this section right here. So right now, as you can see, the steering column is mounted up, it's in the right location, nothing is touching. We are working on the back section. That connects to the yoke. We're just kind of in a rush, so I took everything off. We're gonna have it machined down, and when I come back with a finished product, I'll show you that. Most likely will be in the next clip. But yeah, so far everything is up. We just have to adjust this soon, so that's the next thing I'm gonna work on. Once we have the column straight, once we have the yoke and everything else connected, the wheels are turning, wire up the actual computer, which is right here, and then we'll just redo this bracket so it has a little bit more flex or give, because right now it's a little tail heavy due to the motor down there. So it comes down, but it's a little, you gotta like fight with it. But we're towards the end of this, hopefully. So this is the one that we made. So the bottom is a factory CB7 U-joint, and the top is an amalgamation. So I'm gonna install this, do a little bit of wiring. So this one is made to work just like factory. push it in, and you can pull it out. So now I'm just going to install it onto the bottom of the column. Just do a basic alignment and then take the car for a spin. So there it is. It's installed just like OEM. So once I put the steering wheel on, plug it in, I should be able to turn it like normal. So now just gonna start wiring up the ECU box. So this is the part that I forgot. You have to put the actual steering column, the ignition switch on. So I'm gonna put it on right now. So I have to drop it down a little bit, slide it in, and then that should wrap it up. So just put a new one on. I just had to cut a slit inside the safety screw. These are like one-time use screw. So just cut a little slit into it, tighten it back up, and throw it in. So this is the controller. You need to put ignition power to the orange. These other two will be used once we get the new controller. But for right now, to put into limp mode, you just gotta send 12 volts to the orange wire. And of course, power and ground with a fuse in between. It should be a 60/80 amp fuse. I think I put an 80 amp in this one, but I think a 60 could work also. But I did 80. So everything is in. Just gotta plug up some wires and more or less set the wheel straight, because you know this is a pain to put on and take off. So set the wheel straight and then start finagling. So it is working. It takes about 5 seconds to come on. You hear that little click, and then just start moving free. And there you go. Electronic power steering. Working. So now I just gotta put that. I think it's good enough to drive it. Hee hee. So we have it working. This is only the default setting, so once I have the controller it'll be a lot better, but this is definitely a lot easier to drive than before, so I'm happy with it. I'm gonna take it for a quick spin, make sure everything works right, and see if I get the alignment. So got the electric power steering working, just doing a little test drive, trying to figure out everything, make sure everything works, but so far so good. Yeah, it's definitely better, because before you would have been in the wall by now. Yeah. Try that shit. Tires. Yep, so that's it next. So, I don't know. Good. As long as everything works, I'm happy. You did hit boost? Huh? Tell me pretty lies.